Thank you for enjoying your sweetest moments with me, merging timelines. Today, I am going to receive our message for Scorpio sun and moon viewers. Scorpio, if you have a sun or moon in Scorpio, these messages are to offer you truth and clarity along your ascension journey. Please note that I cannot tell you something that you don't already know. I am merely reflecting the light that comes from within you and sending it right back. If you enjoy my style of reading, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I still would very much appreciate if you could leave in the comment box maybe a title for the video. And without further ado, let's get into your reading for April 2023. This is for April 2023, and this is for my Scorpions. Much love to all of you, and I hope that you are feeling as victorious as I feel that you feel. It is very different. This full moon, this pink moon, is something of, I want to say it's romantic, but it's not really that you're being romanced. I feel as though you have accepted the love and victory within yourself, with who you are. You love yourself, and that's been the victory all along, Scorpio. That's been your victory all along. So what's behind you doesn't matter. What's in front of you doesn't matter. And that's what I like to see. We are within our present. Maybe the past is unclear. The future is unclear. But the fact that you feel so good within your time and space right now here with Mel, it feels amazing. And that's all that really matters, right? Being within your present awareness and allowing things to surface as they seem to need to be. But we never go looking for anything that is hidden, Scorpio. We never go looking for anything that is hidden. I'm getting really hot now, so I don't know what is that? What chord did that strike for us? I need to go turn down the AC. I'm starting to feel really hot, and I do tend to get hot when I channel, but not all the time. So I feel like there's something beneath the surface that you're really fiery about, and you don't even want to discuss that at this time. Because Mel, didn't we just say that I'm in a good mood and it's my time? So why ruin it? Well, because Mel is the airy fairy. And Mel calls it like she sees it, okay? Mel knows that if we are not discussing something because we're hiding it, then we are avoiding it, right? Not necessarily that it's less important or more important. It's a certain level of avoidance that is concerning, right? So what are you avoiding? Here comes your new chapter either way. Because you feel so abundant within your space, this is how you're creating new opportunities. But because you're blocking off a certain connection you don't want me to discuss with you, then, oh, I see. Because it involves, of course, another individual, and you're a little triggered about that. And yeah, here comes Temperance. So Temperance talks about healing, merging your sun and moon within your individual self, because you know my channel is about personal development. We always bend in before we bend out, meaning we look for the internal growth before we look for the external growth. It's called accountability, okay? Then you have your Eight of Pentacles. So you've been working on this healing journey for quite some time. You started, you're 8 months in, you're 8 years in, You could even be 8 days. Who gives a damn? Because time is an illusion. It is more about the consistency. It is more about you honoring your moon cycle, honoring the phases. Maybe you're learning the phases, Scorpio. Are you into the phases of the moon? Are you seeing how you're directly connected and your cycle, your individual moon cycle, especially if you're a feminine watching, is connected to this? Are you studying that? I find that you're studying it. Good for you. Because it's time that we emerge our templates. It's time that we start to integrate the newer teachings that is being poured into the collective in multiple different avenues, right? This information, I'm very happy to say, is coming out from a very large group of people. It is not just 𝕠𝕠𝕚𝕚𝕠𝕚. It is not just Peter Pan or Wendy down the street, okay? It is literally poured out to you in very many different ways. Okay, so you may not like one source that it's connected to, but then it starts to pop up in another place and you see the source again. And then you start to take a different perspective based off of who is creating the first point, right? So I feel like there's a little bit of bias here when it comes to who gives you guidance. That's a natural thing for a fixed sign. I myself, as an Aquarius, can relate. I don't take guidance from everyone. Hell, these days, I'm not sure who I can take guidance from. So I'm just creating a level playing field by saying I'm not judging you from a place of from any other place but love, right? I know, just like I know I'm telling you something, I'm telling it to myself. It does help for us to receive all sources of information, even the ones that we may be a little triggered when receiving, you know, based on what it looks like, right? Because sometimes that look is the illusion itself, because that look comes from something that isn't even directly connected to it. I mean, in the event that is concerning you, right, is an observer. So I feel like for some of you, there is an observer that is triggering you. And I don't know where that comes from, because all I see here is your feelings, right? Your moon, you love the moon, you're honoring the moon cycles. You're all about it. And you're trying to look at see, the light is on this woman, right? And she's raising her hands up above her head. And white represents purity, yes. It represents reflecting the light. So the light that is given to you, it is then given back. And so what the moon does when it works through our internal fabric is it wants you to give back to it what your emotions are carrying. And then it kind of works through its cycle with you, the moon cycles, to turn your water, your 7 seas. The 7 seas, like they say, there's 7 large bodies of water. Check out how they correspond with your chakras, because those are the start of your 7 seas. So if you're going to study your moon cycle, go ahead and correlate that with your then. How does that correspond with the Reiki, right? With the chakras. Okay, just for those of you who are looking into moon cycles. Let's get into what's hidden, because your present energy does show, I'm getting so tongue-tied in this. Your present energy does show that you have the World card, which means as fixed as you are, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and gosh, why am I freezing? And Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, that's the one. So within the fixed constellations, you plant the seed. So it's kind of like our fixed reality plants a seed, and we have to be extra careful, because once we start that seed, it's very hard for us to switch it up. Even when we know things aren't right and we're just playing our field, staying in our own energy, saying, well, I feel just fine. I mean, I feel great. I feel fine, right? So when this happens, please note that we could be lying to ourselves based off of the new beginning that we are avoiding, right? If we're blocking some sense of communication, if we're blocking an apology, because this page of Pentacles in the reverse tends to be an apology. And I feel like there's some sense of a victory in you ignoring someone else's apology or ignoring what someone else has to say. And that couldn't be furthest from the truth if you ask me. That's just my personal opinion, because if you've been working on something and you're working on healing your own moon cycle, you're also going to have to look at your thoughts. It's not just about your individual feelings, Scorpio, because as a water sign, please forgive me, but you tend to play on your strength of feelings. You're very, very well versed in feelings. You know how you make others feel, and you know how they make you feel. So much, 1111, I was on point there. So 1111 opens the gate for you to see, and maybe you just saw at that very moment that I said it, because I'm nothing but a mirrored reflection. So this could hit or miss you. It's nothing to me. You know, I'm not here to call you out because I like it. I don't even care if you leave the comment or if you like the page or if you subscribe. Like, I'm here to reflect back your internal light so that you can see your individual power. That's my only intention. Like I promised to you, I've went so long without being seen. I don't care. But I do want to continue to tell you that you seeing your individual light is very, very important. It is very important because you want to feel happy. Here's your 10 of Cups for your advice card, and here is your 3 of Cups. Please forgive me for the triggers, right? But if you are in a third-party situation emotionally, you are doing yourself a disjust, like an in-service. Like you are literally giving up time for free. And I've done it before, and that's how I can sit here and just point the finger with little to no feeling behind it, because I don't resonate with that vibration anymore. Like I was in that type of vibe, and I'm not saying that it couldn't present itself to me, because it could. But I know for myself that I wouldn't accept it. The reason being is because I want the 10 of Cups, right? And it takes 2 to build and 2 to destroy. And that's just how it is. 2 to build and technically 1 to destroy, but it is based off of a connection that is not receiving its telepathy anymore. And telepathy is just saying, I move, you move. And just like that, okay? But either way, moving along, because I feel like I may be offending someone, and I'm definitely not trying. What I'm trying to say is that you need to learn to pull back within yourself and not just celebrate the victory of overcoming the turbulence when it comes to connecting with others. Because I think as fixed signs, we start to celebrate the ways that we don't allow other people to get us caught up in, right? Because we know it's very hard to get out. It's very, very hard to get out. Whether you have the sun or the moon in a fixed placement, I feel you. It's hard. So whether it's in your feeling or in your headspace, you kind of played a little safe in that ballpark. No judgment. I'm an Aquarius, okay? Here is your past energy. Wow. So they really want me to give it to you today, so hate me if you will. And then you have the Fool in your future. All right then, I'm with it if you are. So we have the Empress in the past with the World. So something fell out, right? There was something that was supposed to be a reconciliation, something that was supposed to give birth to a new sense of life, a new sense of reality for you, right? That's the Empress. There's a Taurus in your environment, maybe environment in the past. This person was possibly looking for reconciliation, or they are. It's really hard to tell, because what's going on is I'm going to have to I'm going to have to clarify that card in order to get deeper. However, I like to read on a very, very broad scale so that everyone comes to the reading and gets something and it's not so specific. Also forces you to do a lot of your own mental activity because I'm not here to think for you. I think myself too much if you asked, you know? But if we're moving in the present and this is what you want me to focus on, Mel, but just feel how vibrant I am. Feel how happy I am. Feel how passionate I am. Yes, I get it. I love it. I love it. I'm not even going to lie to you. I love the passion. I love the confidence. I love the fire that you have. I do. But I am also going to say, what is this one apology or one sentence that you're not hearing out? Who's the person that you're not hearing out? Where's the block? You know, where is the block in coming together? I'm going to give you an example. If you feel as though you have to block someone without hearing their side of the story, you may be guilty, right? I'm not lying to you. And I know that's hard. That's really freaking hard to hear. So hate me if you will. But if you're blocking someone because you don't want to hear their side of the story, then you're going to have to ask yourself a few questions. That's not me, okay? The roles can be reversed. So let me say that to you, Scorpion. The roles can be reversed here. I can be talking about someone else, and you could be the person that is connecting to them, right? So don't take everything personal. Take it with a grain of salt, okay? You're observing me and my little old channel, and I'm nobody, okay? So the Fool is taking your risk, right? This is Aryan energy. So there's someone in the future here who's going to take a risk on their individual headspace because they want this 10 of Cups. They want a happy home, a happy life, and they don't want to be in a third party and doing it. And I don't blame them, because if I have to share my love, I'm not doing it all together, you know, because when I wake up in the morning, it's not you who gives me life. You know what I mean? It's not Susie, David, or Chris who gives me life, you know? So then with that being said, I decide within my soul what I'm going to accept in love, right? And love is the energy, the vibration that they give us to ascend in, right? We find it deeper within ourselves, self-love, as we find that we've accumulated things that are the complete opposite of self-love, right? But the trick is we have to be the ones to accept that. You know, it's called accountability. You know, there is nothing else that is going to help us ascend by saying, yes, I am me, myself, woohoo, checking in, the experiment, right? And I'm willing to have my experience. Shoot me out. Like, let me play the game, okay? But then if you're going to say that, you're going to be out here playing the field with your hands in the air, whee, a great time. Then do understand that sometimes a great time goes into a bad time sometimes, you know? And we just admit that. And there's nothing to it because it ain't Judgment Day, you know? Take it from Mel, the Aquarius. It's not Judgment Day, right? We just have to admit it to ourselves, get up and do better. So I would recommend you hear somebody out if you're blocking them. Just hear them out. Trust me, I've had people block me. It's okay, it's nothing. But as long as I've said my last word, go ahead and do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? But I will say my last word. I'll make sure you hear me. But that's all lines of openness, right? Chakras, we are talking about the chakras in the moon cycle. The reason why you want to remain open is because that is the energy of receiving if you are open. If you are blocking yourself, that means you're hiding something, and the universe can't give you what you want because you're hiding something. All right, Scorpion, let's get your goddess angel. You're an infinite supply, and you are very, very strong. What a surprise. You, Scorpion, come on. Of course, you are very, very strong. You know that already, okay? It says you are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So you being so strong will assure you a better outcome. But look at her wearing the purple, because it's not just the words. If it was just the words that are on the card, you wouldn't need good old Melly Mel's. You could go buy yourself a deck and spin those cards as much as your little heart pleases, okay? But what they're really trying to say is that this woman here is wearing a crown. Why is she wearing a crown, Mel? Because she's sitting on a throne. Why is she sitting on a throne, Mel? Because she's in her right. Why is she in her right, Mel? Because she intuitively decided what love looks like and feels like. Oops, not looks like, but feels like for her. Okay, and it's also backed up with another purple card. So ask me if I'm crazy. Maybe a little bit, but when the syncs start coming up like this, I don't think so. Not so much. Okay, you are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So know that you are an infinite supply, you within yourself. You happen to be the Scorpio, the daddy of water. You have no idea what a blessing that is, because most people have to come out here and find self-love. They got to work in the mud to figure out what water even feels like. Your video is going to be the longest for April, but I feel like it's fitting because for some reason they have me chewing your ass. And I'm not trying to. I'm definitely not trying to, because if I felt like I wasn't received in the past, I probably won't be received now, okay? But I'm getting really, really close to not giving a hell. I mean, literally. Because, I mean, I can't tell you how many times. Anyways, moving along. Moving along, Mel. Let's get into your... I have no idea why this vibe is coming through your reading. So for anyone who is really offended by it, I do apologize. I'm not as bad as I look. I have good days and bad days. It's a Gemini moon thing. But for right now, I'm feeling this aggression. And I don't know if it's you or me. So respectfully, if you find that it doesn't resonate with you, again, I don't live to be right, just to reflect inner light, okay? I want you to succeed, and I want you and need you to know that you're an infinite being with an infinite source of what it is you're looking for. And when you realize that first, then you won't be acting as though you don't feel anything. Because the saddest thing is for the element of water to deny its presence. Earthworm. So you are the earthworm. You may come across shy and hesitant at this time, reluctant to share your inner vision. So you may be a little worried about what people think about how you feel how you see based off how you feel, right? So we have all felt the woos of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. So maybe some of you are just getting into the metaphysics. And like we said, you are discovering the moon cycles and how they correlate directly with your individual cycle, especially if you are a woman, right? Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it is important to remember they once felt earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time, and you are on the right track. Besides, rumor has it, a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights, and that's the truth, okay? So realize that you're earnest, you're intelligent, and you are damn well valuable. Like, you are valuable. Don't you ever let anyone tell you that you aren't valuable. You need to speak up for yourself and risk being embarrassed. Because one thing I do know about this fixed personality, for me, I can embarrass myself, but don't you embarrass me. And that's how I feel. And I'm pretty sure that you guys can relate, you know? Anyways, this has been your reading. Sorry for its delivery. I still hope that you receive me. I still hope that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you don't, I'll still be back here for the mid-month April reading. I love you all. Bye.